Yeah, I literally still had to remain on FaceTime with this person. And I remember there was a time when my mom was sick. And I kind of did feel bad because I'm like, okay, my mom is not feeling well. She had like a fever or maybe like a cold or something like that. And I knew maybe it's best if I stay home with my mom, you know, just to make sure she's okay, just in case something happens or whatever the case is. And this person, instead of this person saying, you know what, go be with your mom, go make sure she's okay, this person said, no, come and sleep over at my house, knowing that my mom wasn't feeling well. And the next day, it's so funny, every time I do these videos, the ice cream truck always passes by. But, you know, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted just now. You know, I got back home the next day and my mom says, dang, you could have even just stayed with me knowing that I'm not feeling well. My mom tells me, that person's not a good person. Because if that person really cared about you, they would tell you, hey, listen, we can link up another time, stay with your mom and make sure she's okay. She said, what if something had happened to me? But you know, when you're so deep in a relationship and you're caught up, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you can get to a point where you are so far down the rabbit hole that literally you put that person before yourself. Maybe about, I would say 3 years after getting out of that toxic relationship that I dare not get back in because I value myself and I love myself now too much to do it. Too much to say, too much to say, yeah, I'm going to give it another try because I love you. Like, I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm like, yeah, I love you, but I love myself more. So I'm not even going to deal with it. I was so far down the rabbit hole, and I was so just focused on trying to please this person that I'm in a relationship with because of all the manipulation, all the gaslighting, the abuse, the mental manipulation, just all types of stuff. That what my mom was saying to me went in one ear and went out the other ear. I was listening to my mom, but I wasn't hearing her. These people will gaslight you and make you feel as though you're like freaking out, you're bugging out. They will make you feel as though you're the one in the wrong for things that are obvious, that are so obvious you're not in the wrong about. These type of people will make you believe you were on a phone call you were never on. They'll gaslight you into thinking that. Remember this time you were talking to that person? What? When? Oh, on Thursday. I wasn't talking to anybody on Thursday. Yes, you were. And they'll lie to you, telling you that you did something you didn't do so much that you actually start to believe, wait a minute, maybe I did talk to somebody on this day, but I just forgot. They'll have you thinking you have amnesia or something. They'll have you thinking that there's something wrong with your psyche. They'll have you thinking that you have mental issues and problems. All so that they can get you up under their wing, so that they can control you, manipulate you, bring you down. People say, oh, you know, narcissistic people usually go after, you know, empaths, and they usually go after people who are weak-minded and this and that. But you know what I find? I find that narcissistic people are control freaks. Everything about them is about control. Everything that has to do with them is about them feeling like they have no control over their lives or anything that has to do with their life or anything that goes on in their life. So they pray after people who they feel as though have a certain amount of control of their lives to try to bring them down. This whole narcissism thing, in my opinion, don't quote me on it, it's about bringing down the strongest in the pack. Through my experience and through my observation, I don't really believe narcissists go after the people who have the kindest hearts, go after the people who have, who are loving and caring and this and that. Me personally, I don't really think they care so much about that. I think narcissists go after people who are a challenge to them. I think narcissists go after people who they feel like are better than them. I think they go after people who they feel as though is a big enough challenge for them to bring down so that they can feel better about themselves. A narcissist who has, because usually they don't have any friends, they're usually always isolated. They usually, just are miserable, secluded. They usually have, these different things about them. Let me just... I'm sorry, guys. These color pencils, I don't know if it's like my sharpener or what, but they're constantly breaking and I don't know why. But okay, anyways, yeah. They're just a complete, they're just everything negative you can think about. That's how their personality is. On the other hand, narcissists do have a nice, sweet, kind side to them. They know they're great actors. They know how to play great roles depending on the situation they're in. For example, a narcissist will have a significant other, wife, husband, kids, mother, father. And then they'll have their friends. To a narcissist's friends, that person is the best, sweetest, nicest, kindest person in the world. They might even be like that. They might even seem and appear that way to their mother. They might even seem and appear that way to their father. But when it comes to their wife or their husband, bruh, these people, they turn into monsters. They pick and choose who to unveil their true identity to. They pick and choose the people in their lives that they feel as though they can unwind and become 100% themselves. Who can handle the abuse and the manipulation and the hardships that come with who they are, who they actually are. They pick and choose who they're gonna unleash, the monster towards. And a lot of the time, it's people who they know are not gonna leave, even knowing the type of people that knowing who they really are. A lot of the time, it's those who they already have wrapped around their finger, who they have manipulated and beaten mentally to the exact place that they want them to be, so that when they do unleash, when they do take the mask off, that person is not going to go anywhere, and that person is going to accept what they have to offer. If you find yourself in that situation, I highly encourage you to go and do your research, to go look up some YouTube videos and see for yourself, so that you can know, okay, am I in this type of situation or not? Because if a lot of these things that I'm saying, they're resonating with you, they very well might be true. When I tell you the amount of stress that I was under, me feeling like I literally couldn't do anything to please this person or do anything to even be at peace with this person in my life. And don't even get me started about when I started to realize, okay, this is not a situation that I want to be in. And I started coming to my senses and I wanted to leave. That's when the abuse became worse. That's when the calling, this person calling me out of my name, that's when it started to increase. I was even bigger B word when I wasn't with them than when I was. Oop. 1 second, guys. It was nothing I could do to please these people. Please this person. And it's so funny. It's not even funny, actually, because I'm happy that I went through that situation so that I could know that people like this actually exist in real life. And I also, so that I could also learn that's not the type of person I want to be in a relationship with, want to be friends with, or even want to be around. But I'm also very unhappy because I watched some friends, cousins, and family members get in these types of relationships with these kinds of people. And just like how I went down that rabbit hole, they have gone down that same rabbit hole, and some of them are still down there, and they're just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. I've lost certain friendships because I've tried to advise some of these people like, hey, I've noticed this and I've noticed that. I've watched family members who love to dress up nice and cute and go out and wear their nice heels and just wear bright colors. I watched their personalities just decline being in relationships with these type of people. I watched some of these people go from, wanting to do their makeup to look cute and go out and just be lively and happy, to now you don't even hear from them. You don't see them. They don't even have social media. You can't find them. You don't know where they live. You don't know where they are. I had a family member just recently. I remember maybe about like 4 years ago, I bought these bright red metallic heels, shiny 4-inch heels. And I gave these heels to her. And she loved them so much. Guys, she got in a relationship with somebody And, you know, they have been seeing each other for a while, but I noticed little by little that our interaction started to decline. When in fact, we used to talk all the time, like multiple times a week. And she came down after me not seeing her for so long, or even talking to her for so long. She came down for my graduation from college, and I had these like little kitty heels, plain brown kitty heels. Maybe like the heels were probably like 2 inches. And by this point, she had already deleted all of her social media, because that's what narcissists do. They don't want you on social media. They don't want anybody around you. They don't want you having fun. They don't want you living life. They just want you under their wing, taking orders from them all day, every day. And just kind of just being a slave to their reality. And watch how I said slave to their reality. And I try to offer them to her, and she's like, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. I don't want those. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't want these heels? Like, they're just plain simple brown heels. Like, and I know that you're a very fashionable person. I know that you love... a couple years ago, I gave you some bright red heels, and you loved them. You took the heels from me. You went and took pictures with them and posted them on Instagram. And now you don't even have an Instagram. Now you don't have a Facebook. You don't have a Snapchat. You like are just nowhere to be found on social media. When before you loved Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. You love taking pictures. And it just seems as though when you got in a relationship with this person, everything just started to just oddly just change. And now you're the same one telling me that these small little brown kitty heels, you don't want them and you're good. You don't even have that much makeup. You don't really do your hair like that. And these are things that you used to love. What happened? And that was like the first introduction to me realizing that this person that she's in a relationship with is not a good person. To the point where even, you know, people who were the closest to her started complaining, like, I don't even know where this person lives. I don't even know where she lives. I haven't seen her in a long time. And I've watched so many people that I know go down that rabbit hole. I've even watched videos about this same topic, and experts, I'm gonna just color the background with this beautiful color right here, talk about narcissists, covert narcissists, all different types of narcissists, their characteristics, how they behave, what they do, their tactics. And then I would go to the comments, guys, and there would be loads of people who have been in relationships, marriages, who have had fiancés, and just all kinds of situationships or whatever the case is. And a lot of these people have been in these relationships for years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, some even 50 years. And they will comment underneath these videos and say, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been experiencing for all of these 50 years. Some people go down that rabbit hole and just never get out. This is what I've been experiencing from this person for the last 25 years. The gaslighting, the manipulation, the abuse, the mental distress. Because when you're not educated on stuff like this, you'll start to feel as though you're the reason. These types of people will convince you that you're the reason why you're crying all the time. You're unhappy all the time. And it's never them. They'll convince you that they're never the problem. They're never wrong. They're always in the right. They'll just convince you of all of these things. People in the comments saying, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I came across this video. I wasted my entire life in a relationship with this person just for me to watch this video and find out that this is the person that I've been dealing with my entire life. People old in age saying, oh my goodness. People, you know what's crazy too? People who have literally turned their entire family down for this person who they have been in a relationship with for all of these years. Like literally, I don't even know if excommunicated is a proper word to use, themselves from their family just for this person, and just because of this person, just for them to watch that video, guys, and realize, oh my goodness, this is the person that I should have been isolating myself from all of this time. I should have gotten away from all of these years. These people will start to convince you that your family is the problem, that your family is not good for you, that your closest friends are not good for you, because they want you, their main goal is to get you isolated literally and all by yourself so that they can have have their way with you. The immense amount of fear that I felt being in a relationship with that person gives me such a heart for people who are in a situation like that, because I know how it feels to be just worried all the time, on edge all the time, not knowing how the day is gonna go, not having any rest or any peace, because this person that you're in a relationship with, they just make your life a living hell. They make your life a living hell, and you get to a point where you don't even love them anymore. But now you feel like you can't leave. Now you feel like you've wasted too many years with this person, so why leave now? There's so many things that people go through when they get in these types of situations. But I have this one advice to you guys right now.